After what seemed like hours, I finally woke up, slightly refreshed. My body knew that if I slept any longer, I'd be up all night, which was not part of the plan for the day. I rubbed my eyes and sat up, letting a soft groan escape my lips. In response, something beside my bed shuffled, causing me to look over. I didn't know what I was expecting. Oh, I was expecting Diana. I was expecting...
No! You don't remember the Damien scene?
No, I kind of lost all memory of anything after, Diana appears. Aside from, the obvious Damien ending that made us cry. Beside me, sitting in a chair beside the bed, was Sam, rousing himself up to see me awake. I smiled at him, seeing his slightly ruffled hair and tired eyes.
Tiled eyes?
Tiled eyes. Tired eyes.
Oh, you're awake. How do you feel?
Better?
Sam nodded before he looked down at the bed, leaning over it to stare at the blanket.
I'm such an idiot. If I was stronger, you wouldn't be like this.
Sam, it's not your fault.
No, it's my fault. It's our fault. Look at you. You're in bed again, after us using our powers again, and you're a target again because of us. We never should have come.
I quickly reached over and put my finger on his lips, stopping him from going any further. I didn't want to hear anymore.
Sam, it's okay. I wanted to help you out. I offered to let you all stay. Nothing is your fault.
I gently moved my hand and cupped Sam's cheek, staring at him with concern. I didn't want him to hold guilt in his mind about this whole ordeal. Diana was desperate and she'd hunt anyone for them. It wasn't his fault she was desperate enough to hunt them down. Sam looked at me, defeated by my hand, before he closed his eyes and let out a sigh. However, I grew curious.
So, Sam, you're a noble?
Sam opened his eyes to look at me. He didn't seem angry, but he had a coldness in his voice as he spoke.
I was a noble. I'm not a noble anymore.
Not anymore?
I was the third son of the Demon Lord. My brothers and I lived together in the castle as nobility, but since James was the oldest, James became royalty and was heir to the throne. The whole situation became one gigantic, boring mess, so we all grouped together and left to come here. Once that happened, we surely lost the chance to ever get forgiveness.
Who needs it?
What was it like when you were there?
Like I said, one gigantic, boring mess. Eric, Matthew, and I were as replacements in case James fucked up.
Oh, notice he says only Eric, Matthew, and I. He doesn't say Damien.
Since Eric was before me and since my dad was a dickbag,
Accurate.
I wasn't ever likely to get the throne. So I spent my days lazying about and not giving two shits about anything. Not even my mom could control me.
What was your mom like, Sam?
Your mom?
Yeah, she's not like my asshole of a dad. She was actually caring and kind, but was a pushover.
Sam let out a small laugh. I could tell he was getting nostalgic.
She always thought I could be more than I was, but my dad definitely made sure I knew my place. In response, I became the rebel son, hanging out with the commoner demons and such just to piss my dad off. I swear, I'm surprised he didn't kill me out of shame.
So that's why the dad looked at him and Damien so harshly.
That's horrible!
Sam stared at me as if I had slapped him. He then sighed and ruffled my hair a bit.
Don't even worry about it. You need rest. You don't need to know about the demon world.
But I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about the strangers like me.
But I want to know more about you.
Sam stared at me, once again as if I had slapped him. I couldn't tell whether I was pissing him off or intriguing him. He let his hand that was ruffling my hair fall down the strands of my hair, stopping at my cheek to cradle it. For a strong man, Sam knew how to be soft. Sam let out a sigh before unlinking his dog tag from his neck and putting it around mine. Oh, it actually has a purpose!
I'm warning you, my past is boring.
I highly doubt that.
I really doubt that, Sam. Sam wrapped his fingers gingerly around the dog tag, and I watched as green mist began to surround his hand and the dog tag. The green aura wrapped around the necklace until it snaked around my head, and before I knew it, I was surrounded in green light. At least he willingly chooses to show it to us, unlike what happened with Damien.
Yeah, really.
When the light had subsided, I was back in the main hall of the demon castle. I looked around, feeling unable to move, but I could practically see everything as clear as I had before.
Bring that back!
My head shot towards the sudden exclamation, where I saw Sam rush into the hall with a quite large basket of bread. Oh my god, Sam! You're doing Les Mis! You're doing Les Mis! All this over a loaf of bread!
No chance in hell, creepo!
Oh! Sam, oh my god. Sam then did what I only ever saw. He's an earthbender! Sam then did what I only ever saw in TV shows or movies. He stomped his foot onto the ground, causing a large boulder to burst out from it, before he kicked it toward the entrance he had came from, so literally he was an earthbender. I could only stare as the boulder didn't demolish the door it was flying towards, but simply skidded to a stop, blocking the entrance.
How convenient.
That was easy.
Sam then turned into the hall, looking around as he walked towards the throne. He took a small roll of bread and stuffed it into his mouth, only able to cover half of it as he stared at the seat. I was surprised. Why did Sam steal bread? Why would he steal bread? He was a rebel, yes, but he was a noble. He wouldn't get in trouble for taking food, but he had a basket of bread. Sam chewed and swallowed the bread he started consuming inside.
Fucking asshole piece of shit parent.
Daddy issues.
At least you have your folks.
Who the fuck is a Gaku?
Gaku?
What? Oh my god. No. No. Do you realize what this is? Wait a minute, he's wearing the dog tag.
I was gonna say, that's what I thought you were gonna say. Do you realize what that is? Those are the dog tags.
I turned to see another demon. Look, I don't want to assume, even though I really want to assume. I'll explain in a short while. I turned to see another demon step out from behind a pillar toward Sam. Sam smirked at him and tossed him a basket of bread.
Think that's enough for you and your brother?
More than enough. This means a lot, man.
Don't mention it, Gaku.
Gaku smiled and held out a hand to Sam, who took it and shook it. Who took it and shook it? Took it and shook it.
We owe you for this.
You don't owe me jack shit. Now get going before you get caught.
Gaku nodded. However, Gaku quickly got out a dog tag from his trench coat and held it out for Sam. Sam stared before reaching out and taking it.
What is this?
A gift. A human world trinket. I know you and your brothers have been interested in it. Maybe this might bring you closer to it.
Sam stared before looking down at the gift. It was glimmering silver, almost entrancing Sam's gaze. As Sam looked back up, Gaku lifted off the ground and flew out an open window into an almost sickly purple sky.
The human world.
Sam looked down at the trinket before wrapping it with green magic.
Like I can get any closer.
Sam tossed the trinket into the air, letting it vanish into an unknown oblivion. I smiled a bit at the sight, knowing the future at that point. What surprised me was a green orb slowly floating toward Sam, wrapped in a purple-like aura. Sam didn't even turn around, but spoke as if he knew.
What do you want, Mom?
That's his mom! His mom is a glowing green orb!
Why?
Is she dead? Mom, how was that orb his mother? The orb simply floated in place as Sam turned to it with an almost angry glare. God,
yes,
Mom.
I stole that bread and gave it to the commoner, all right? Don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
God, Mom, I'm showing you off in my memories to my girlfriend, all right? Stop embarrassing me with your orb form. Once again, Sam was not responded to, at least not from what I heard. Sam clicked his teeth and crossed his arms, peeved.
Yeah, whatever.
The orb then floated over to Sam and lightly brushed his cheek before flying off, disappearing into the air. Sam sighed, rolling his shoulders.
I need to get out of here.
He looked like he had a lot on his mind, but his closed mouth wouldn't let him express it. However, none could question his irritation. Eventually, Sam stopped the magic, taking the dog tag off of me and holding it in his hands before looking to me.
What did I tell you? Boring.
You know what? I don't think we got the whole story.
Yeah, I feel like that was not a whole lot of information.
I feel like Diana's coming.
You helped that demon get food.
I was a rebel breaking rules. We're not supposed to care for common demons. We're supposed to let them die out if they don't have the ability to take care of themselves.
Well, that's kind of shitty.
Sam gritted his teeth and let out an aggravated sigh.
Whatever. I'm not there anymore. I'm here.
Sam.
Look, I'm sorry.
I stared, my mind going blank. What was he apologizing for? Sam stared down at the blankets again.
You've done a lot for me and my brothers. Sheltering us, letting us continue to live here. It may not seem like much, but for us, it means everything. Especially after everything that's happened to you with that hellspawn Malix and Diana being crazy. I don't think we'll ever be able to repay you for what you've done.
I watched in speechless silence as Sam lifted his head, his eyes full of almost hopelessness.
Thank you.
Sam lowered his head and gently, almost as if I was fragile, placed his hand over my hand. I couldn't help but feel my heart squeeze within my chest at the sight. He truly cared. Sam let out a small sigh before looking to me, removing his hand from mine.
Now get some sleep. You still need rest. We'll wake you up when dinner is done.
We nap a lot.
We do, don't we?
Sam gently pressed me back down onto the bed, resolved in what had happened.
Steal a kiss. Doki doki!
I couldn't let him leave without doing something. I quickly Oh no. I quickly pulled Sam down to me, lifted my head and gently kissed him, softly laying a hand on his cheek to keep his face close. Sam stared in deep surprise. Oh, I didn't even see his face. I was so focused on my lines.
That's what I was laughing at.
That's what I realized. That's so not a romantic surprise face. That's just like... Sam stared in deep surprise before hesitantly kissing me back, caressing my cheek and slightly melting at the touch of our lips. A soft sigh escaped his lips before he slowly pulled away with a smile. He gently licked his lips, making me go red in the face at this simple gesture. He let out a satisfied sigh before running a hand through my hair.
Sleep, doofus.
Baka! And with that, he stood up and left the room, leaving me to rest as per his request. Why are we rhyming? Oh my god! I smiled to myself before relaxing into the mattress.
Oh, fuck you.
I suddenly tensed up. I felt majorly uneasy. Something wasn't right. I felt it in my core.
She must be here.
The thought of her in the house infuriated me beyond belief. I had to make sure she was not here. I rolled out of bed. I just imagine her rolling out of bed and just she's on log rolling. She's on her side, rolling out.
Exactly. She's rolling, fall onto the floor.
I rolled out of bed and quickly left my room, wandering the halls and listening closely. She was a demon, but I was listening very intently. There was no way she would have been able to sneak up on me.
I know you're here. Where are you?
I could feel myself growl. It wasn't a matter of fear that she'd take away my boys anymore. Oh, the boys. My boys anymore.
My boys! Mine!
Her very existence lit a fire of rage within my gut, which only grew as each day went by.
1 or 2 days.
This feud was getting on my nerves, and I knew it would not end well for one of us. I feel like you need to read this line.
I wasn't going to lose to that demon bitch.
What the fuck do you want?
I know he's talking to Diana, but... God damn it, Sam! My heart stopped. Diana was with Sam. My mind flew into slow motion, playing fake images of Diana trying to seduce Sam in my head to further fan the angry flame inside of me. I instinctively followed Sam's voice. I was approaching the grand lobby. I hid myself behind the corner of the hall, peeking into the space and down at the scene. I peeked inside to see Sam by the foot of the stairs, with Diana sitting on the railing, looking to him.
My, such a brute. Didn't your mother teach you how to treat a woman?
She isn't here, and frankly, you shouldn't be either.
I'm hurt. Wounded, truly.
Like I care, you crazy bitch.
Pity. And here I thought I was going to offer you the chance to become something better than just a simple incubus.
Sorry, just for a moment there, I was like, damn it, they do kind of work well together. What was Diana going on about? More than just an incubus? She was insane.
Like you got anything I care about.
Oh!
How about becoming the next demon lord?
I froze. What did she mean? Becoming the next demon lord? The boys weren't in the demon world anymore. They had no claim to the throne anymore. Sam stared at Diana, which made me worried.
You're bluffing.
Well, currently, I'm the contracted bride to the heir to the throne. Since the throne is open, it's available to any son of the demon lord's line.
What do you mean the throne is open?
'Cause Ray Strow left.
Oh, she said it in a way that it seemed like she'd already, killed the demon lord. I'm like, that's not possible with all this stuff that's been going on.
The heir.
Think about it. You'll gain the throne, the land, and a bride to continue your lineage with. Doesn't that sound like a perfect life for an incubus like you?
No, that does not at all sound like the perfect life for Sam. That doesn't at all sound like what he wants in life.
I could feel myself gripping my fist tightly in anger. How dare this girl try to convince Sam to return to the demon world? Question? He ran away from it. He didn't have to go back. He shouldn't go back. You belong here.
You belong here with me.
Thank you. My mind began to wander, imagining him saying yes. He would leave, and his brothers would follow to bring him back. They'd be trapped because Diana would make sure they could never leave. Sam would be the next demon lord, with Diana as his queen. And I'd lose him. The option better be, oh hell no!
You must be crazier than I thought.
Oh!
What?
I don't want.
She's like, oh, what?
I felt a surprise run down my body again. Did I hear Sam correctly? He denied her?
Of course he denied her!
He denies dirty Diana?
You dare deny?
Oh! Oh my god!
Fight! All of a sudden, Sam's body disappeared as well as Diana's. I blinked and saw Sam grip Diana by the neck, pinning her body to the wall near the dining room archway. Her feet couldn't even touch the floor, and I felt myself unconsciously rub my neck at the sight.
For once in your life, shut your fucking mouth!
I could see Sam's muscles tense and flex at holding Diana, wanting to tense even harder to snap her neck.
You do not scare me. I could bring you to your knees and make you beg to return with me on a chain leash.
Oh my god!
Oh.
We're going there!
Then do it!
Oh!
I'll see you try to chain me.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I like this route. Sam glared as Diana stared almost in fear of him. I expected her to actually do it. However, after a small breath of a moment, Sam smirked.
Called it.
Oh!
Bluffing!
Sam then released Diana, letting her body fall to the floor. Diana gripped her neck, coughing for air, as Sam stepped back, glaring at her.
You're out of power. You've been running without recharging and now you're on your last life.
Shut up!
Diana glared and stood up, flipping her hair back to its almost unnaturally sexy style.
What's stopping me from taking your little human's energy?
Them's fighting words.
You go anywhere near her again and I will rip you apart.
I'm so glad we named her Laundry!
The human girl? You must be joking. A human like her can't possibly provide you what you need. She's a human. You're a demon.
He's a human. You're a mermaid.
I felt the urge to storm in and shut her mouth. It would give away my position, but I was growing extremely tired of Diana.
Barge in and set her straight!
Doki!
I decided to be assertive and quickly stepped into the room, rushing down the steps to be in front of Sam. Diana and Sam looked at me in surprise as I glared daggers at Diana.
I was half expecting her to vault over the railing and just jump down.
I would love that.
Get out!
Well, little human, you're awfully nosy in business that doesn't concern you.
It does concern me! Doki!
Does it? I don't think a human would understand the importance of this affair.
You're asking him to leave to be someone he doesn't want to be. That's not going to happen.
Oh? And what makes you so sure about that?
I love him!
Doki!
Diana stared in shock at my exclamation. Was it not what she expected? I didn't care what she expected. I wasn't going to lose the man I had grown to love in 3 days.
You love him?
He's smiling.
Yes, I love him.
Diana's lips twitched, the edges curling into an amused smirk as she stared at me.
So what? A human's love isn't enough to understand the situation. A demon can never reciprocate human feeling.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Damien reciprocated our human feelings very well, miss. Both of our surprise, however, Sam stepped forward and put an arm around me, pulling me close to his body.
I love her.
I saw the confidence Diana had shatter in her eyes as she stared at Sam at his words. I could see the struggle in her face to try and find some weakness in Sam, in me, anything.
A demon love a human? Impossible.
Inconceivable!
Are you deaf? I said I love her. You don't have the brains to understand what love is. It's not just a human emotion. Demons like us can feel it too. You just have your head so far up your ass that you refuse to see it. Just like how you refuse to see that you've lost.
Oh! Diana took a step back, physically feeling the sting of Sam's words in her chest. She had lost. I could see it in her eyes. Diana's eyes grew dull as she glared at me and Sam. It seemed almost uncharacteristic of her, yet it was something I wasn't surprised to see come from her face.
Very well. Fine. Valet.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye! And with that, Diana faded into the ground into a purple pentagram, crossing her arms and almost looking upset. Sam and I were then left alone, left with the silence of the room. I finally let out the air I was unconsciously holding in my chest, relaxing from the ordeal. Sam stepped to me and held me gently, surprising me.
You alright?
Yeah.
Now. I nodded in response, unable to speak so immediately after being surprised. Sam let out a sigh, relaxing in the embrace. I gently placed my hands around him, returning the embrace lightly. I could hear Sam's heartbeat. He held me close in his arms, and I felt safe beyond words.
Thank you for defending me.
There's no way I'd let her hurt the one I love.
I looked up to Sam, surprised at what he said. Sam blushed, moving a strand of my hair from my face to look down at me.
I'm an asshole, yeah. Do I deserve to like you? No. I don't deserve to be holding you now, but I love you, okay? I love you.
We're doomed. My heart. I stared wide-eyed, blushing like a maniac. Was this real? No way. This couldn't be real. Was Sam confessing to me? Confessing his love for me? Sam gently caressed my cheek, staring into my eyes with a loving, almost hopeful expression. The warmth of his hand invited me to nuzzle into it, and I closed my eyes. This wasn't a dream. My heart was pounding to the point where I was sure Sam could hear it. Sam gently leaned in, closing his eyes. He stopped, however, remaining just a mere torturous inch away from my lips. He wanted me to show my feelings for him. He had left himself open for me to kiss him or leave him empty.
Consent!
Hey!
We finally taught this child!
power I had was unbelievable. Oh, so we're having this kind of relationship now, okay. I mean, I'm chill with that.
Smooch! Doki doki!
I loved him, and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted. I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touch his gingerly. Sam let out an almost surprised gasp against my lips, before wrapping both of his arms around my waist, pulling me close to him. I moved my arms up and around his neck, feeling the kiss between us deepen to a heated height. My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. Sam was everything I desired. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. It was all so supernatural to fall in love with someone so quickly. Maybe it was the sense magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me. I found myself combing my fingers through Sam's hair, making the man holding me softly tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him. His tongue gently danced with mine as one of his hands slid up my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as the heat of our kiss rose higher and higher. Gently, though, Sam slowed the kiss down and pulled away, staring down at me. His eyes burned for me, wanting me to melt and buckle into his arms. I could feel myself melt already. Sam opened his mouth to speak, but as a very small blush ran across his cheeks, he was reduced to shy silence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy, though, right?
Are you?
No,
I stared wide-eyed, feeling a blush on my cheeks grow. He didn't say anything more, but I knew what words would have followed if he continued. He wanted me. I was stunned. Was I that appealing to him? Was his passion really that deep for me? Sam gently nuzzled my forehead, losing the blush and finally being able to speak.
If you don't want to, we don't have to. I mean, it's up to you.
Oh my god, you're so cute! No! Why did he do this?
He sounds so nonchalant about it, too.
I could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. A moment with an incubus. He was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. My world would rock. I'm sorry. That's a bad line. That everything was fine until that line.
Yeah.
And I would enjoy every second of it. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be innocent. Did I want to give that innocence to him, especially this early? I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What could I say to him? I knew then what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment?
Now, I've said it before, and I'm saying it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's optional. You don't have to choose Seduce Me if you don't want to. You can still get the true end if you just go with Hold Me. However, if you want to collect all of the CGs, you do have to choose Seduce Me, but you don't have to choose Seduce Me to get the best ending. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with Hold Me first, and then we're going to rewind and choose Seduce Me.
I wasn't ready, but I still wanted to give him the love he wanted. Holding me close was all I needed, all I wanted. Part of me grew fearful of what Sam would think. Would he hate me? Would he regret giving me his love? So many stories ended when sex wasn't given, and I didn't want this story to end. But thankfully, Sam actually turned out to be a decent guy and wasn't that much of an asshole. Sam, however, smiled and caressed my cheek happily in response, nodding in understanding. I could tell that he was okay with my decision, which made my heart flutter in joy. Sam gently leaned in and kissed my lips once again, wanting both of us to cool down from our passionate high. I kissed back sweetly, feeling the heat in my chest die out peacefully. Sam pulled away slowly, looking into my eyes to reveal a deep love that haunted his green irises. That's a kind of weird way to say that, but alright.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you back to bed.
No, Sam.
I've slept like this entire day!
I know, like, every conversation just ends with, alright, go to bed. Sam then wrapped an arm around my shoulders and lowered his other arm underneath.
What about dinner? I didn't get dinner!
We didn't get dinner, that's right! You can't make us go to bed without dinner, Sam. That's cruel and unusual punishment.
You said you would wake me up when dinner was ready, and now you're just sending me back to bed.
What if he's sending us back to bed because dinner's still not ready? He's like, no, you gotta wait till like midnight.
How long does it take you to cook something?
A long time.
But there's every other boy just in the kitchen.
So wait, they have no idea this has been happening, right?
No!
They're just like in the kitchen, just like...
They're still cooking. Sam then wrapped an arm around my shoulders and lowered his other arm underneath my knees. I easily held onto him as he lifted me up like a blushing bride and carried me out of the room towards my room.
Sam was kind enough to know my limits, and I trusted him to respect my choice. He wouldn't enthrall me to go against my wishes, nor would he force himself on me. He was perfect. Sam gently lowered me to my bed before petting my head with a loving smile. I was beaming in happiness. I didn't want it to end. As Sam turned to leave, I quickly grabbed his arm.
Wait,
Sam froze and looked back, awaiting my next command. He was going to obey no matter what I said. It's definitely that kind of relationship now. But he was anticipating what I was going to ask. I could see it in his eyes. However, I just wanted him to be with me a little longer. I didn't want to rest alone.
hold me.
I repeated my words, holding another meaning to those two words. Was he okay with what I wanted? It was so close to what he had asked for, but it wasn't going beyond what I desired. Sam took in my words and smiled, nodding before turning back to me and sliding into bed with me. I was surprised, but I happily melted into Sam's arms as they wrapped themselves around my body. I rested my head against Sam's chest, enjoying the warmth it provided as I closed my eyes. He truly loved me as I loved him. My rest with him was as peaceful as could be, the best sleep I had in days. When I opened my eyes, I felt Sam still holding me, but he had fallen asleep. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I couldn't believe it. I was lying next to a man I had grown to love with all of my heart. His warm embrace made me feel safe, and as the tender moment we just shared replayed in my head, I couldn't help but smile and snuggle into his chest. Further, unconsciously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth.